Hi everybody, Tom Oates from the Wisconsin State Journal and madison.com here. We pretty much knew the timing of Bo Ryan's departure was not ideal for the rest of the season. Gards took over and basically had one game against UW-Green Bay to prepare his team for the Big Ten season. And then you looked at the Big Ten schedule, and the first 6 games looked like a brutal stretch. The Badgers are halfway through that stretch now. Purdue, Rutgers, and Indiana behind them, Maryland, Northwestern, and Michigan State coming up. Gards has made some changes in the way the Badgers do things, and it's really hard to implement those changes when you're playing teams of that quality. Except for Rutgers, that's really kind of a who's who of Big Ten contenders. The changes, we've seen them go 10 deep on the bench and play little used players, say Jordan Hill, many more minutes. We've seen him kind of bring back the swing offense with a lot of more movement and getting the ball into more people's hands. And all those have had some effect. Not all of those changes have paid off yet. There's still a lot of issues to iron out on offense. But the Badgers did beat Rutgers, and they were very competitive with Purdue and Indiana. The biggest reason? Defense. Even when UW had a shortage of shooters in the past, we can all recall some of the teams where they had long scoring droughts. Their defense always kept them in games. It was a Bo Ryan staple, and one thing we've seen so far in the Gards era is it's becoming a staple again. One thing this Badgers team must do is it must recast itself as a defensive team. It just doesn't have the offensive firepower to go out and win games in the 70s and 80s like last year's team. So far, that appears to be the case under Gards, but they're going to need it, because they have games coming up against number 3 Maryland and number 5 Michigan State, and they're not going to win those with their offense. They're going to need to win them with defense.